What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the No Money Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Ken Dunn, and in today's show, we're going to talk about why you need to go to more live events as a real estate investor right after this.
Hey, my name's Ken Dunn, and I'm a real estate investor. I want to welcome you to the No Money Real Estate Podcast. On this show, I'm going to interview elite level real estate investors from all over North America, and I'm going to help you to see one thing that all successful real estate investors have in common. They built their portfolios without using a dime of their own money. I've got a portfolio of $300 million in real estate. That includes resorts, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, and I built the entire portfolio without using a dime of my own money. Real estate is a business that anybody can get into, but the strategies that those tight real estate investors use to build massive portfolios have been kept secret for decades. Now, because of this show, I'm going to reveal them to you. So let's get started.
Okay, so I want to tell you guys all right up front, this is a shameless plug. I'm going to talk to you today about why you need to go to major live events as a real estate investor and what you're going to get out of them. And I'm also going to share with you what you should be getting out of them. And if you have never been to a major live event before, then go click on the link in this show's notes, because I am also the host of a major real estate conference that happens a couple times a year in Canada called the Real Estate Investors Summit. And it's amazing. We do 2 events a year. The first one is in the fall of the year, and it's normally in Toronto, my hometown. And we are growing this. We've done it for 4 years now, and every year it gets bigger. This year, we're doing the Real Estate Investors Summit from October 31st to November 3rd at the Toronto Delta Airport Hotel. It's a major conference center. The room is going to have over 1,000 people in it. We've got about 45 sponsors and vendors at the event. And listen to this. We got Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. We got Michele Romanow from Dragon's Den. We got Mike Holmes from HGTV and a couple more major speakers that we're going to announce. But on top of that, we have a faculty of some of Canada's top real estate coaches. So these are people that all have massive portfolios and they teach people how to get started in real estate. And it's like a major symposium. And so, yes, the big reason I'm doing this episode of the show is because I want to tell you about the Real Estate Investor Summit and I want you to come. And so I want you to click on the link in the notes, because that's where you're going to buy your tickets. And I'm going to tell you, here's the shameless plug right now. Because you're a follower, because you listen to this podcast, if you buy an elite ticket, I'm going to give you free access to our fastest growing online course. It's called the Earn Profits Flipping course. This is a course that me and several of my coaches put together, and we literally are teaching people all across Canada how to flip properties, how to make houses better and make money in the process of doing it. And I decided, for all of my loyal fans that follow me on all these channels, that I'm going to give you free access to a $1,000 course for buying an elite ticket. Here's another reason why you want to buy an elite ticket. If you really want to impress people, always buy the top ticket when you come to events. Anyway, what I want to do right now for everybody, before I go into the real shameless part of the plug for the Real Estate Investor Summit, is I want to give you 3 solid reasons why you should come to events, why you should go to real estate events. And one of them is going to blow your mind. You've never thought of it before, and it's real. And I'm going to share it with you. But I want to kind of do a favor to all of the real estate agencies and coaching programs in Canada that host events. If you look in every province in Canada, you're going to see some major, amazing real estate events. One of my favorite events is an event called the Multifamily Conference. It's hosted by Seth Ferguson. It might actually be the largest event in terms of the amount of people that came last year, but I think the Real Estate Investor Summit is better, but it's an amazing event. It does really, really well every year. Also, there's a man named Alfonso Quadra from Ottawa, Ontario, and he owns a company called Wealth Genius, and they do events right across this country all the time. My point is, if you're really serious about building a real estate portfolio, or if you want to get into real estate investing, come to the events. It's where you're going to learn the fastest. It's where you're going to grow the most. It's where you're going to get the things you really need to succeed. So I told you I'm going to go through 3 things with you. I'm going to lay them out for you. Now, what I want to do first and foremost is help you to understand what a good quality event looks like from the outside, so you know that you're buying your tickets to the right events. First and foremost, if you're going to a major real estate event and you want to get the most out of it, look for events that have multiple speakers. Now, you really want to take a close look at who those speakers are. Some of the real estate training companies in Canada host events, and all of the speakers on the stages are their own students, are their own people. Now, at the Real Estate Investor Summit, you are going to get a chance to meet 3 or 4 of the top students in our training company. And the reason they're speaking on stage is because they have major real estate portfolios. They just happen to have joined one of our programs and I got to know them, and that's why they ended up there. But what I'm talking about is when you're looking at these events, look for brand name headliners. So at the Real Estate Investor Summit in Toronto, our keynote speaker is Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary is the face of the Shark Tank in the United States. He's a global entrepreneur. He owns $1 billion real estate and business portfolio. He's on all the major news channels. And you just know that if Kevin is coming and speaking at an event, somebody paid a hefty fee for it. And I can tell you, I can't disclose to you what it is, but it is a significant fee that we use to bring Kevin to the event. Why? Because we had him come and speak at our very first Real Estate Investor Summit 4 years ago, and people loved him. So we're bringing him back. But in addition to that, we have Michele Romanow. She is literally one of the top dragons on Dragon's Den. She's considered to be one of the top female fundraisers in Canada, one of the top female entrepreneurs in our entire country. And then we have Mike Holmes on top of that, and he's no slouch either. So having those 3 brand names right on the front, what you can look at that. Let's say this was some event and you saw those 3 names as headliners. You know they have the money to put together a stellar event. And you know that if you have headliners like that in an event, that they're going to do everything right. And it's going to be an incredibly fun time. It's going to be very professionally run. If you look at Seth Ferguson's event, the multifamily conference, this year they had Pete Vargas at it. They had Elena Cardone at it. They had Mark Hurljak at the event. So these are major speakers as well. That's what I'm talking about. So when you're looking at going to an event, look at events that have major headliners that are outside of their own community, because they had to pay for those people. And that's a sign to you that these people have the money to put on a production like this, and it's going to be a stellar production. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about the 3 things that you're going to get if you start going to regular events. I say, especially for new people wanting to get into real estate investing, you absolutely have to go to live events. There's no way around it. You have to go to live events. And here's why. It's where you're going to learn the most, the fastest. The speakers at an event are literally there and on stage. They're going to give you everything they know about it. And they're going to give it to you really fast. And what I want you to listen to when you're at these events, make sure that you're in the room for all the speakers. You're going to see some people that try and drag you out of the room into private meetings. Don't do that. Wait for the breaks in the evenings to socialize with everybody else. When the event is going on, stay in the room. What I want you to listen for, as you're paying attention to all these speakers, I want you to pay really close attention to what they're saying. And you want to look for common threads in what they're saying. I'll give you an example. Most successful real estate investors never use their own money for real estate deals. They raise 100% of the capital from other people's money. When you hear Kevin O'Leary speak and Michele Romanow speak and Mike Holmes speak and myself and the other speakers, you're going to find that we've all used 100% other people's money to do the deals. So that should be an aha to you. You're going to have aha moments all weekend, but they're most likely not going to come from one speech. It's going to come from the things you hear in common from all the speeches. So pay attention for that. I think the biggest thing that the real estate conferences are going to do for you, it's going to help you to expedite your learning. The other thing that it's going to do, if you're at a really great summit, I think the best real estate events are going to be events where they showcase many different types of real estate investing, because there are tons of different ways you can invest in real estate. You can do house flips. You can do short-term rentals where you buy old cottages, renovate them, and rent them on Airbnb. You can do commercial real estate where you buy strip malls and shopping plazas and laundromats. You can do hospitality like we're doing. I'm building hotels and resorts, and we're maintaining and running that portfolio to make money. If you go to an event, you're going to find the thing that you're most interested in doing yourself. If you're just getting started in real estate, my biggest piece of advice to you is pick a lane to learn. Pick a very specific way to invest in real estate where you can learn the most and get the most experience. I always suggest to people either start by flipping houses, because you're going to learn a ton there and you're going to make instant cash, or do short-term rentals with cottages, because you can enjoy the cottage with your family and you can make $5 to $10 a month per cottage. Well, at the Real Estate Investors Summit, you're going to learn about multifamily. You're going to learn about short-term rentals. You're going to learn about development, building houses, building subdivisions, building resorts, building hotels. You're going to learn about flipping properties. You're going to learn about commercial real estate. You're going to learn about wholesaling real estate. And as you learn about these things at the event, you're going to hear short 1-hour speeches from all these people. But then you can say to yourself, that's the way I want to start. See, over time, I own a portfolio today that has $100 million in real estate in it. We've got 4 resorts that we're building out right now. We own 5 cottages. I own 3 fourplexes that we're turning into short-term rentals, but 2 of them actually have tenants in them right now. We actually have a commercial strip mall that we own. So we own all of this real estate. When I started though, I started off doing apartments, like single apartments that we built into a portfolio. That's where I cut my teeth and learned. At a great conference, you're going to learn the thing that you want to pursue first. You want to pick the lane to start with. And that's, I think, the biggest takeaway I think you're going to get out of this is really focusing on deciding how you want to run. The next thing that you're going to learn is you're going to meet a lot of people and you're going to learn the mistakes. If you come to the Real Estate Investors Summit in Toronto at the Delta, after you buy your ticket, it's going to forward you to the Delta Marriott's website to a special booking link where you're going to get a 30% discount on the rooms. This is something we've arranged for people to come because there's partying, there's alcohol involved, and there's late night parties. But the biggest reason I want you to stay, if you go to a live event, stay for the weekend, stay at the hotel, stay at the venue, because all the cool cats are doing that. And so after the event is over every day, at the cocktail parties and the social events, you get to meet other people, get into conversations with them. And here's what I want you to do. Really spend some time getting to know people and ask them, what's the biggest mistake you've made? They'll tell you, because everybody wants to be open. Everybody wants to help each other. But don't be afraid to ask people that question, because we've all made mistakes. But think about this. If you talk to 10 people over the weekend and you ask them what's the biggest mistake that they've made, you're going to hear things in common and you're going to realize the biggest mistakes you can avoid by doing that. The other reason I want you to network with people that are there and I want you to get to know other people is you're going to find people that you want to do business with. When somebody's doing their first 12-unit apartment building, it can be incredibly overwhelming. It can be scary. But imagine if you had a friend that you liked and you trusted and you did it together. Those friends that love real estate investing as much as you do are the people that you're going to meet at the events. So definitely stay in the hotels and go to all the networking events. That's how you're going to get the most out of it. The third thing I want to tell you, whenever you're going to a real estate event, buy the top ticket. So at the Real Estate Investor Summit, we have 3 tickets. We have a general admission ticket that gives you access to the 3 days of training, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all day. And you get to go to the trade show booths. You get to meet everybody that's there. Then we have a VIP ticket. The VIP ticket gets you into our live hot lunches. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for our VIP and elite ticket holders, we have hot buffet lunches. There's 3 meat choices and 2 vegan choices. It's delicious food. And you're sitting at tables with 14 other people. Guess what you're doing? Right, you're networking, you're meeting people, you're creating those bonds that are going to be your future business partners. Then also for the VIP guests, on Friday, Saturday night, we have VIP cocktail parties. So from 7 o'clock till 10 o'clock every night, there's a bar and there's hot appetizers. There's waiters bringing them around to you. And we have DJs both nights. And it's a party. Again, it's giving you lots of time to network with people. So if you think about that, if you've got a VIP ticket, there's no reason for you not to be in the room when the speakers are on stage, because you've got live cocktail parties both nights. You've got lunches with them. There's tons of times to get to know other people. Our top ticket is called the Elite Ticket. And like I said, I just added a bonus for you right now. If you buy an Elite Ticket, I'm going to give you our Earn Profits Flipping course. And the Earn Profits Flipping course is going to teach you how to find the right dilapidated properties to buy, how to buy them under value, how to get 100% of the money from private lenders, so you can do this without any money, how to increase the value of the properties, and then how to sell it. Our students in our Earn Profits Flipping program, they make between $100,000 and $200,000 in cash with every house they flip. You want to know what makes our Earn Profits Flipping program better than any other coaching program in Canada? We have a list of over 7,000 private lenders. I've built the list. It's called the lenders list, and they will lend you all the money. So if you join the Earn Profits Flipping program, I will personally get you 100% of the money you need to do your first flip. So you don't even have to be worried about asking people for money and all the money to do the renovations. And so if you buy an elite ticket, I'm giving you all that as an extra bonus. But the elite ticket holders also get to come to a private elite only party on Thursday night. Thursday night is Halloween. It's October 31st. We're bringing in one of Canada's top rock bands to perform a concert for our elite ticket holders. And of course, you get everything the VIPs get. So you get lunch and the cocktail parties every day as well. You get 2 free drinks at each of the cocktail parties. But the elite ticket holders also get unlimited access all weekend to our speakers lounge. There's a massive lounge that has a cook in there all the time and a bar in there all the time, and the speakers are in there all the time, and you get to be in there with them. The other thing I'm going to tell you, and this is an aside, those are the 3 reasons why you should come to live events. But one last thing I want to tell you, at the Real Estate Investor Summit in Toronto, there's going to be 1,000 people there. There's probably going to be 100 to 150 lenders at this event. And those lenders are there. They have money and they want to invest in real estate deals. So as you're walking around meeting people, really take the time to shake hands and get to know people. But when those lenders are walking around, who do you think they're going to pay the most attention to? The general admission ticket holder or the elite ticket holder? Because they know that those elite tickets cost money. And if you bought one of them, they're going to treat you differently. They're going to believe you're the people that they really want to talk to. See, those tickets come with influence at these events. So we're going to have 1,000 real estate investors from right across Canada at this event, and you have a chance to be a part of it. So this whole podcast episode was about explaining to you why you should go to live events, but it was also a very shameless plug for the Real Estate Investors Conference that we're having in Toronto, Canada, October 31st to November 3rd. The last thing I want to tell you, if you're watching this show on my YouTube channel, don't forget to start going through my series on the gold mine I bought. We're giving away 10 ounces of gold to one single person who watches all the episodes, comments on all the episodes, and shares those episodes on their social media channels. We're going to do a draw. We're going to put everybody's name in a draw, and we're going to give away 10 ounces of gold to one person. Guess where we're doing that draw on November 1st? You got it. Right on the main stage at the Real Estate Investors Summit. So go through the videos, buy your ticket, and be there. Friends, the bottom line is this. If you talk to anybody that has a $100 million portfolio, they will tell you that one of the biggest reasons that they've been so successful in real estate is because they've built a Rolodex. They've taken the time to get to know hundreds of real estate investors. They've taken the time to build those relationships. And guess where they built those relationships? You got it. At live events. So do yourself a favor and make a decision right here, right now, that you're going to be a regular attendee at several live events every year. And if you've appreciated today's show, then click on the link in the notes, go to realestateinvestorsummit.live and get your elite ticket right now. We'll see you at the live event.